everybody. Welcome in to Off the Table. John, Laurel Lunsford, Sean, Rockstar, Henniger back from another weekend of Black Jacket Symphony as Jimmy Buffett in the flesh.
How was it? We were 2 shows this weekend. We did Norfolk, Virginia. This is how they pronounce it, Norfolk. And that was on Friday night, and Saturday night we were in Charleston. The Norfolk trip is like a 9-hour drive, so that was a long, intense one. And if the weather's nice and the place is walkable, I like to walk around and try to get as much time as I can on my own. Yeah, within a mile of the venue. And one thing, I have a video, but I saw this little pond, and I saw this bird. I don't know what kind of bird it was. And he was just standing there, and he looked at me, and I was above him a little bit, and he was by the water, and then he just dove his head real quick and pulled out a crab.
Were you just shocked?
Yeah, then I started videotaping it, and then he started eating it, just pulling its legs off and just gulling it, shooting it down. And then he had the whole thing in his mouth, and he kind of looked at me territorial, and I was like, okay. I turned it off and walked off. And it rained in Norfolk, and it rained.
This is gonna be you next if you don't stop filming.
He was being very territorial.
I thought you were about to say, and then he spoke.
Yeah. I wish. Well, I was like, hey, fella. But the Charleston
just looked at me and only had one word to say. It just dropped an F-bomb right and then ran off.
The Charleston was a good show in Virginia. They had a really good shower. It's hard to come by, but they had really good water pressure and really hot water. It was great. Some places don't have hot water.
The little things in life. Yeah.
Well, no, when we played something 2 weeks ago that did not have hot water.
Is this in the venue?
Yes.
So is it just one shower stall? You have to go one by one, or is it just
No, they have, which is really cool. I'll show you a picture on my phone. This is called the Harrison Opera House, and they used to be USO tour stops. And there's this place now that's connected to the building. It's this gymnasium, this old-looking gymnasium with old stadium seating, and this is where they build all their stages for plays and stuff like that. There's all these props they're building, and it's this big court, but there's no basketball goals. It's old as hell. Elvis played there.
Oh, wow.
And Jimi Hendrix played there, in 55.
And you did?
No, we were in the next room.
Well, no one has to know.
We're in the refurbished place.
You could have just said that you did
but
it.
If you look, you see Elvis played here. But there's choral rooms. There's 2 or 3 choral rooms that have probably 3 shower stalls each, and there's probably 4 or 5 single dressing rooms that have private shower stalls. So I was lucky to get a private shower stall, and it was great. So taking a shower after the show is so awesome. But the story was, in Charleston, when you're looking out in the audience, you can see probably up to the 3rd or 4th row visibly. You can see faces, and then the rest just become silhouettes. And I saw this guy with an interesting mustache. I couldn't keep my eye off of him. He was on the 4th row over here. And I'm playing, I keep looking at him. He's smiling and everything. And
a personal Jimmy Buffett show just for me.
We take Jason introduces the band after the album, and then we take an intermission. And so as we're walking off the stage, Nick, our percussion guy, goes dude, that's the world record holder. I was like, what? And Heath, the drummer, was like, oh yeah, totally, that's the world record holder for longest mustache. I was like, get out of here. So I went upstairs and I Googled it. His name is...
Was it that long?
I'll show you a picture. His name is Paul Slosser, Slossar. And there's his picture. Now imagine that looking at you on stage.
It looks
I'm honestly not surprised it's not longer.
Yeah. It looks like a Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah, so it looks like if you turn, you're going to hit somebody. And I brought him up after the second song on the second set where I could talk. I said, you don't think your musicians are observant of the crowd, but we really are. 2 or 3 people said to me that we have a special guest tonight. And I announced his name, and he kind of stood up and waved. And I was like, this is a world record holder for longest mustache.
Did you get a picture with him?
No.
Why?
He didn't stay for pictures. We take pictures. We have to haul butt after the show to get it to try to get people to see us take pictures.
I feel like he looks
and he's from Charleston.
Like an old, he has been in a time machine.
Yeah.
I met him at a candy store.
Was it sticking straight out like that?
Yes, it wasn't that long.
Because I was about to say
he's waxed it. He was with I guess he was with his wife, but he was waxed, and I was just looking at him because it's how did he do that? That's going to be so annoying. I feel like that would get in my way. If I don't have somebody I know sitting, when Laurel and I sit in seats, I always try to make sure I'm on the aisle, so I'm not, because I know I'm bigger, and we went to the movies this weekend, and I was at a sold out theater by myself because she wanted to go see a different movie, and I know my shoulders getting in the way and stuff. I would feel like it would be weird. It's small,
but I'd see this little like point out of the corner of my eye, like
also, if you
in
turn your
my
head-
in my vision. It's like, what is this mustache in my
He looks
vision?
like a prospector.
It's like, that's like the girls with the extremely long curly nails. Like, I just don't understand. But yeah, with him, like, I'd be worried about like turning my head, like, how am I going to be? I'm going to annoy this guy if it's going to keep tickling his chin every time.
Did he
I
have
move.
his hat on?
Turn my head, or I'm
he
gonna
didn't have a
poke
hat
him in
on.
the eye.
But we wanted to take pictures with him, but like I can't. We had to wait till after the show, and then some people wanted to take pictures with us, and some people just want to leave. I should totally understand that.
That would drive me insane to have that mustache. Like the only thing I leave my beard completely alone, except when I get my hair cut. Then the person who cuts my hair will do it, like clean my beard up. Only thing I trim is my mustache because like if it gets any too long, it's like, oh my gosh, it's driving me insane.
You feel it in your
I got to do
lip.
this little bit on my lip, or if it's too long over here or something. I could not have a mustache. Plus, that thing doesn't stay like that.
No,
so
he
it's
gets
got to be
in the
like
shower
down.
Yeah.
and takes the wax off. So I'm guessing it just hangs out like just hangs down.
Yeah,
his
what does it
face.
look like when he gets out of the shower?
Catfish.
Catfish are still. I was going to say cat whiskers, but they still stick out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the interesting part of this weekend. That was really interesting. And this week is the major haul. This is the big one of the week. We go to Huntsville for a private show on Thursday, and then we go to Metairie, Louisiana on Friday, then Montgomery on Saturday, then 2 shows in Lexington on Sunday.
Lexington, Kentucky?
Lexington, Kentucky.
That
I'm
route
so
doesn't
jealous.
make sense.
Yeah.
Huntsville to Louisiana to Montgomery to Kentucky is like whoop.
Well, yeah, but at least Huntsville and Montgomery are closer together. I guess. I don't know. Like, it's just how it
Do y'all
lined up.
ever get to stop to see any sights?
Someday, on the big tour, you have days off.
Okay.
But it's like,
Is this the big tour then?
no, big tour
Okay.
is when I'm gone for an entire
Like
month.
when he was,
Okay,
when you're
when
gone
you're in
last year.
California.
We were gone,
Okay.
like, we had 2 days off. We had a day off in Albuquerque, and we had a day off in Sacramento. And we had a day off in Colorado Springs.
Was that last year?
No, it's
2023.
That was 2 years ago, man.
Yeah.
you
Time
missed the
flies.
choice to say wake up. Wasn't that what Full House was? Wasn't it Sacramento?
Wake up, San Francisco.
Or was it San
Francisco.
Francisco?
Yeah.
Well, the day off in Albuquerque, there was nothing to do.
Did you go to Starbucks?
And everything was tan. No, everything was tan, and everything smells like weed.
All the Starbucks and McDonald's look.
Yeah, everything's tan.
Yeah.
Everybody has cactus in their yards and like rocks. There's no grass. And Jess and I saw that there was a dinosaur museum. Her and Erica and I walked to the dinosaur museum, and then they wanted to go somewhere. You had to stay in the bus, and I was like, I think everybody wanted to go. Everybody wants to do karaoke. I don't want to do karaoke. They had a karaoke bar they wanted to go to. I got an Uber and went to the theater and saw Knock at the Cabin.
Was the theater cute or was it just like an AMC?
It's one of the coolest things I've seen. I've never seen it before. I always get a popcorn and a bottle of water, and I got a popcorn and a bottle of water, and the guy just gives me a bag. And I go, you didn't do it. He's like, oh, it's over there. It is a wall of popcorn, like from here to here, just filled with popcorn, and you dispense your own popcorn. Like
That's
it's a glass,
fun, though.
it's
See,
a glass wall just filled with popcorn.
You used to do that at the premiere theaters here. I think they quit with COVID. We have only seen one movie there, but it used to be like
It
self-serve.
smelled like syrup.
Yeah, it was.
But-
It was so
It's always
cool.
like self-serve nachos too, so you can get as much cheese as you wanted.
But I thought that was really cool. But the movie was because you know exactly, like the first scene is the first scene in the trailer. I was like, wow, we're already.
But you
getting
got
started.
to do the popcorn, so it made it
and
worth
so then
it.
I went back on the bus, back on the Uber, and back to the
Do
bus.
you
went to bed.
collect anything? Like, do you get postcards or do you don't collect
I
anything?
try to take pictures. Like another thing with Charleston, I walked probably 2 miles. It was not raining. It was sleeting all day. But there is so many people because it's right by these shops, and on both sides of the road, there's just shops and restaurants, and just I guess is it University of Charleston, whatever. But like, there's so many college kids, but there's so many families with their kids shopping, and it's
Charleston
just insane.
is so cute, though.
It was, and we went to.
Did you see the theater? There's like I think they sometimes have events there too. But
It was in the Notebook. That's the only reason.
There was a theater. There was a marquee that said "Congratulations."
yes, that's
to
it.
2025
That's
seniors.
from the Notebook. Yeah.
So I saw that, and then I walked and I saw a museum, but I didn't go to the museum. I didn't want to pay. And there's a big submarine in the front. It's a replica of a 1864 Civil War submarine, and it said that you read in the description, it said this is actually bigger than the ones because we didn't build it to scale. This submarine was actually smaller than this.
Did you see the horses and the carriages walking around?
No, because it was raining. They
It
didn't
was
have
sleeting,
light.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
There
Yes,
was
that is-
so much foot traffic. It's insane. Like, but it's really cool. There's so many nice restaurants. There's a Vans store. It's really cool. But like, I can't, I had no money to spend. They were going there. So I
We
just
went a
walked by
couple years
myself.
ago. I have no desire to go back.
I
It's
liked
like,
it.
It was
I
cool.
thought it was
Like there's some
cute.
cool landmarks and things
Yeah.
about it. I
Well,
have no desire
there
to
were
go back
two
to Charleston.
things.
It's just too far to like want to drive. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's one thing to like go to like Orlando, you make a whole week at Disney World or something like that. Like that's a little bit of a far drive, but like for me, like Atlanta, Nashville, anywhere in Mississippi pretty much, or like beach. That's kind of like my limit as far as what I want to drive outside of going to Disney.
Well, I was told Nancy, because of the tour, one place I'd want to go to again was San Antonio. I'd want to go on a vacation. San Antonio was awesome. Charleston's fun. It is. Just the drive is not. I don't want to drive 7 hours to Charleston.
Yeah.
When I'm not good at picking out Airbnbs, so I've kind of stopped. I'm not good at it because
it's part of what I hate about Charleston.
So there's
a Hampton Inn right by the venue.
There was an Airbnb that I picked out that was right in the middle of town. It was in this really cute pink house and had good reviews on Airbnb. And the location was good. And the Airbnb itself was not bad, except it didn't have any air conditioning.
Well, you know.
And it was July 4th.
4th of July in Charleston.
Not humid there at all.
It was awful. The only thing
was it cute?
It was cute.
Yeah.
And there were horses right next to it.
The bed was also like 10 feet off the ground. Like you had to like jump. I'm a fairly tall person, and I had to jump to get up into the bed. It was so big. Laurel had to climb Mount Everest to get in the bed. And all I remember is Stranger Things had just come out. And so there's this little teeny tiny TV in this hot box that we're in up in the corner. We're trying to watch the first, like, you know, they do like 2 parts now on Netflix.
You're like, Eddie's going to die.
The first part was available. Laurel is the queen of that picture looks really cute. Like the front picture they put up looks really cute. It has a couple good reviews, booked without looking to see where it is. Now the location of this was very good. But like then
horses, I heard.
When Stranger Things Part 2 came out, whenever that was, we happened to be in Chattanooga that weekend.
No, that was in the first season. That was the first part. We were in Chattanooga for the second part.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Chattanooga was the second part.
That was bad too.
We stayed in an Airbnb. The place itself was really nice, and we took our dog, and like it was super nice. When you stepped outside, you were like, where on earth are we? I mean, it was so
different,
deep in the rough part of Chattanooga that it's like they're trying to build a nice place because they can get property real cheap. And it's like, oh, well, the picture looked cute. I'm sure the picture looked cute.
Can I ask a question?
You did not look at all where we were.
Why Airbnbs?
I don't book them. That was a few years ago.
So whenever y'all go on vacation, it's more likely you're going to take an Airbnb.
No, it's a hotel now.
I don't really know.
Because I've never done it. Like I would rather have a hotel.
Because at that point, that was still post, like COVID was still like fairly fresh. And I just thought it'd be a little bit easier to be in a house that you could like disinfect as opposed to be.
It was still like having be a host.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Why do they make you? They make you clean in those things. Like it is.
What I don't like is you have to pay a cleaning fee, and they always want you to leave it spotless when you leave.
Even if you don't touch anything, it's like start the dryer, start this. It's like it's too many rules.
Well, could we consider having strangers in y'all's house tonight?
No,
exactly. Like what rules would you make? Exactly.
I couldn't do it.
That's why. That's why. Like they're gonna be very
I'm fine
precise.
with that. I would leave like a security deposit though. Like if you leave this place a mess, we're gonna take that $100 security deposit instead of we're gonna force you to pay a $50 cleaning fee every time, but you have to leave this place spotless. So we can basically come in and just wash the sheets and you're done.
Yeah.
Like it's a little much on Airbnb. I would much rather stay at a hotel, leave it trashed. Not trash, but just not have to worry about anything. I'm not going to break anything. TV's not going to be, thrown out the window or something, but I would much rather stay at a hotel. But we got on a streak there staying in Airbnbs. Like we stayed in one in Atlanta.
They're all bad.
We stayed in one in Atlanta, so I had to go call a football game in Atlanta. And it was the kind of thing you call it on Friday night. It's like super late, so you don't want to drive back necessarily, so you get a place to stay. She found some Airbnb once again in the worst part of town imaginable, but they had bought some cheap house, turned it into, it was a nice little house.
It's
just in the absolute worst part of town.
What's the now I can't remember the movie, the horror movie, the girl that goes to Airbnb.
Oh,
Barbarian.
Yeah,
was it that?
Yeah,
not quite
like that, but
not quite that bad. It was just the area. It's just like, I mean, I'm coming back at midnight from calling this football game, and it's midnight, and I'm trying to find this house in the middle of nowhere. It's like the pictures look cute though, and it has some good reviews. And the thing is, I'm sure the house is fine. If you're just reviewing the house, it's fine.
Bradley Cooper once drove by.
You just never look at the location of where it is. The thing with the Charleston one, the location was actually what was good about it. Everything else was awful about it.
I think my favorite thing is when I was younger, because if you get room service, you just put it outside the room,
Mm-hmm.
And we would come back home from vacation, and my brother and I would just leave our plates and stuff outside. My mom's like, "This is not a hotel. You don't have to bring this down to the kitchen because we just put
we
it
need
out."
a dumbwaiter. Just throw it down there.
We went to Disney this past time. We did the same thing. We put our food out, and all of a sudden, I think everybody around us thought that's where you're supposed to place food. We would leave our room, and there's random pizza boxes and stuff outside of our room. It's like, you don't just leave it outside our room, leave it outside your room. Everybody around.
And the thing is, I ran into them at one point, and they looked at, and I know that they knew that I knew, but they would put their trash in front
of our room. So we'd open the door, and it's like, what is this?
So I'm guessing you already had trash out there, so they're just adding to it?
No.
Well, we put our trash out there. They probably saw it. And then the
I guess
the maids come by and clean
this
it
is
up.
the designated spot to push
Yeah.
trash
Pretty much.
from the room 106.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Fun
ever
stuff.
stay in hotels?
No, well, what they do is he'll take if there's girls on the tour, we have 2 on this one. Well, it's not a full-fledged tour, but it'll be the girls will get a hotel room. If we have a day off, girls get a hotel room, guys get a hotel room to have like a shower, like just like something because we don't have anything connected to us, but we can't get a hotel room for like 20 people.
I didn't know if people just had the option if they're like, oh,
You can if you want to, like, hey, we're going to be near this hotel with your own money. If you want to sleep in the hotel, sleep in the bunk. And everybody's like, I'll just sleep in the bunk because save money. I'm like, it's not like, unless you like, I would love to have like just a TV and have a bed to be away from everybody because you're crammed like sardines and it's just so hard to like, you're on top of each other all the time. It's like, I got to get away. That's why I went to the movie by myself. It's like, I got to get away.
That's a nice little escape. Yeah.
And I'm not a karaoke guy. And that's what they want to do. Everybody wants to drink and do karaoke.
The singers want to sing.
No, I know they do. It was usually the guitar. Like our guitar player is a huge karaoke fan. Can't sing, but he loves it. And so it's like, and there's like 5 or 6 guys that want to do it. And I was like, y'all have fun. I mean, like you do your own thing.
So you're
and
going.
I'm the one that's all these past 6 shows we've done 9 so far. The past 6, if there's a shower available, literally we get off the stage, we take pictures for like 25, 30 minutes. I clean my stuff up. I go to my dressing room, pack up, take a shower, and I get in the bunk and I go to bed. And like it's just like I am the first one on our bus to bed.
Do you ever wake up with like a little squiggle on you or something like
No,
that?
because I think there's 2 buses. I'm on the black bus, and the red bus is usually the people that really want to stay up and have fun and like drink and everything. And I think our bus is the more tame one. It's just like, and I know I'm the first one to bed, and because I don't contribute anything. I was like, I may throw a joke here or there, but I was like, guys, I want to be able to sleep. Like this is great for me because I don't sleep at home, and I watched Conclave on the bus on the ride to Norfolk. I watched Heretic on Saturday night. I don't know about all these religious movies, the Hugh Grant movie, because I saw I was like, this looks interesting.
It was
Y'all
good,
seen that?
right?
Which one do you like better between those 2?
Oh, they're 2 totally different.
I mean,
movies.
they're 2 totally different movies.
Heretic was surprising. I thought it was going to be like just a cheap.
How
horror
good was
film.
Hugh Grant?
He was great. I don't know why they make him wear the thick glasses.
What would you do?
He has aged though. It's sad.
I mean, he's
People
but
get
I feel
old.
like he still looks good.
And
like
I don't know either of the 2 girls. Are they any known actresses?
One is kind of famous. She was in. Oh, you would like the movie Companion. You need to watch that too.
Yeah,
but
she was in
She's
that.
the main person in that.
It was a good film. I did like the way they did it and everything. I don't know why the locking of the house and everything, the trapping them. I didn't understand that.
What
part.
did you? Isn't it like a nightmare? Like having to be stuck with someone to like start bringing up religion? It's like no.
The Monopoly?
Yeah.
Oh, but I thought it was great points. But Conclave was great. It was very. I love the score on Conclave.
Was there not so
Very
much
good.
action happening in
Yeah, a
Conclave?
lot of-
Like there was a
'Cause
twist.
You know that's like almost true because it's all politics too.
It's like, I think if you were to explain Conclave to somebody, it would sound like the most boring movie premise ever. And then you watch it and it's like, I'm so enthralled by all this stuff happening with a bunch of cardinals. Like you think Vatican, you think it's all quiet and, very holy and everything. And it's like, it's so much like, a political thriller.
6
and,
cardinals out there smoking.
Yeah.
It was the thing that got me. That still,
You really do realize how normal that.
And you got to watch it during
the
the actual conclave. How many people can say that? I mean, a lot probably.
all the people that were in the conclave, because apparently a lot of them were watching it like, this is how we actually are supposed to do it, because there's a lot of new people that.
The scene that I still think of daily. I saw it Friday. Every day I've just randomly thought about it. Is the opening scene is putting his body in the ambulance, and then it's just silent. You just hear this body just going boom, boom. They do it for like a minute, and then they just conclave, just boom, boom. It's like this is a dead pope.
How about when he would take the turtle in and out?
Yeah,
Laurel's obsessed with the turtles.
and the umbrella scene where all the cardinals are going on the aerial shot.
A shot so well.
Yeah.
I mean, everything it is just like the most boring possible movie premise that is so well done and so good. Everything about
Well,
it's
it's just
very
kind of
good.
like there was the first twist, and then there was another twist, and then there was a final twist. It's
Yeah.
like they just kept going.
And then the old pope knew about all of them.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. But I thought it was a good movie. I would watch that again. I thought it was a great film.
I think you need to watch The Substance next.
I know you've been asking for the subs, but it's not
Very
available
different movie.
anywhere.
Very different movie.
It's not available anywhere.
You'll find it eventually.
It was on like Mubi or some kind of
Watch
small
Companion. I think you'd like
service.
that.
Justin, our marimba player, him and I discussed, and something that's a random movie that I loved that we were quoting all 2 weeks ago. It's not available to stream anywhere. Is The Burbs. That is such a
is
good film, but it's not. It's not available anywhere. We're like, let's see what's on. And I was like, it's not on anywhere.
It's like all the movies that you picked.
It's
that we
Tom
couldn't ever
Hanks.
find.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was also like, it's Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher, the Feldmans in there. What's his name? Bruce Dern.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great film, but it's not available.
There are some films that you cannot find. Like one, y'all are going to think this is stupid, which it is, but I watched a documentary about the Spice Girls recently, which they have a very, there was a lot of drama in creating them, and, they had someone leave, but then how they got signed, and then they broke away from their manager. But
you're like, I can't find Spice World anywhere.
Yes, I cannot find it.
Spice World? I thought it was a movie.
Spice World is a movie, but they talked about the
it
movie.
It made her want to watch Spice World.
I was like, I haven't watched that, and I was like, that was cute when I was, a little girl. But
I know how there's a lot of shows that you grew up with, I'm like Mr. Belvedere. Like that's not gonna be on Netflix, but that's why all these other apps like Tubi and all this stuff.
Remember Eureka's Castle?
But you can find this stuff that's just like this random Hogan's Heroes.
The
it is so crazy how they remove stuff. Like I started wanting to watch Westworld the other day, but Westworld does not exist on Max anymore. They removed it with remember when they killed Batgirl and all that kind of stuff. That was part of they removed all of Westworld from Max, even though it is an HBO show. You can't watch it on HBO. I don't know. I guess you can buy it somewhere, but I don't know if you can watch it online anywhere outside of maybe buying it from Amazon. But it's so weird how they do that. And Netflix just announced they're going to take Bandersnatch.
I was going to say that
off of Netflix, which is a Black Mirror episode. They just released Black Mirror, and the season did really, really well. A lot of people watched it, and we're taking part of Black Mirror off. It's but that's your own show. It's so weird how they take that off, much less trying to find stuff like this from back in the day.
What I've understood
where are we going to find that?
They're doing that, and that there's an Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt episode. Because there's one of these interactive episodes. They're taking those off.
I guess it takes too much bandwidth to have.
That's the reason. It's not because
there's actually a ton of footage there. That it's only a 90-minute episode for you, but it's actually 200 minutes of stuff that they want to take off.
So I'm guessing, but
it's just weird that I get maybe you want to save on bandwidth. I mean, I can't imagine. I always think about just me uploading a video like this, how big it is. This is one small video in a void of a billion things out there. I understand having to make a room for stuff, and you have, we got a bunch of new movies coming, so we got to remove something.
And we're doing what?
It's just weird
NFL
the stuff
games.
they choose to remove to put random old shows. I'll scroll through Netflix sometimes. What is half this stuff? Yet you're removing part of Black Mirror, which is one of your biggest shows, and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was one of their biggest shows for a long time. On HBO, you're removing Westworld, which was I know it fell off a little bit after the first season, but that first season is one of the biggest ones they've ever done. It's just weird. The stuff they choose to remove. And
one of my favorite shows growing up, it was a lot of topless women, but because it was a great concept, was Dream On. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Never watched it.
Okay, it's Michael Benben. It's his name. He's an advertising guy named Martin Tupper. His mom didn't pay attention to him when he was a child, so he watched TV nonstop. So everything he talks to somebody, it'll go to a video of Leave It to Beaver or.
It sounds like Cable Guy.
Yeah, it's like that. Well, it's like that. But there's a lot of he always had with topless women. There's always topless women. But it was such a good show, but that's not available. And that was an HBO original back in 88, 89. And First and 10 was a football show on HBO. It's not on. I think Delta Burke was on it. She was the team owner. But it was those kind of shows those aren't available on HBO when they were, and all the stand-up stuff, all the comic relief stuff. So I don't know, but
because I feel like HBO used to have a ton, especially Ellen. I remember she used to do a ton. I feel like those aren't probably
all the George Carlins, all his stuff on HBO.
It's just interesting the choices they decide to make, to remove stuff. I don't know. I can understand keeping Game of Thrones is probably something they're never going to kill. The Sopranos, The Wire, that kind of stuff. HBO's never going to get rid of that stuff. But Westworld kind of surprised me. I understand, we're killing Batgirl. We got to save money. We got to get rid of some of this stuff. I feel like that's still big enough. It's weird to get rid of it. Much less, but then it's I can find this one random small show that we're talking about that they happen to get the rights to, and you can go watch this one random movie. You can. It's where's that movie? It's on Max. That movie's on Max, but yet they killed Westworld. I don't understand.
And how do you do the exclusivity where I see that Peacock has Harry Potter, but Max also does?
Yeah, because Max is where the TV show is going to be. So I think they have the rights to all of it.
And they got the rights to that special, when they came back to do that reunion.
But how do you do, how could, I know Netflix had The Office, now Peacock has it exclusively, and some places,
Max has Friends.
Yes.
And Netflix has Seinfeld.
Yeah, NBC stuff just got divvied up.
I don't know who has Frasier. That's the other big one. I don't know who has Cheers. I guess those would be the other two.
They brought Frasier back.
Cheers is on Paramount, and it's on Peacock.
Okay. And you're right, they did bring Frasier back. And Mad About You, they brought that back too. So.
Yeah. That's on Hulu.
Huh.
And
the new Frasier is on Paramount Plus, but it says where to watch Hulu.
Where to
Who
watch
knows?
Hulu? So that's my streaming conversation.
It's a wild.
stream of conscious is what I call
Look
it.
at you getting caught up on movies.
It's a wild world out there. It's hard to understand.
and traveling the world at the same time.
I did
what
watch.
Google's for.
Y'all probably didn't watch the first. I watched the first 2 episodes of Your Honor, Bryan Cranston.
I not
Oh,
watched that.
was it good?
I know what it is, but I haven't watched it.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, it's. Do you know the premise?
Yeah.
He's a judge, and his son accidentally does a hit and run,
Yeah.
and he's got to deal with that. It's interesting because the kid's like an innocent kid, but like he made a mistake, and like what do you do? He has a hard ass dad for a judge, and he's like, now I got to cover for you because you did a hit and run.
You ever watched Hacks?
I feel like
No,
you would
I've
like
seen
that.
that's advertised.
It's fun. We're on the 4th season now.
I don't like
we
the
just
4th
caught up.
season.
The 4th season isn't nearly as good to me, but
It makes me sad. That's
second or-
it's not that it's bad. It makes me sad. Like I don't like what they're doing to the characters.
we just binged it all to catch up because it's on the 4th season now. But either the 2nd or 3rd season, she's on tour, and she makes the writers like two main people. It's Gene Smart's like the comedian, and then Hannah Einbinder plays Ava. She's like the writer or whatever that comes to work for her. And she gets mistreated the entire show, basically, and they make her sleep in this tiny little bunk on a tour bus. And so it made me think of
and
you.
Lori
to
Metcalf is the
come
tour
back full
manager.
circle.
I
And,
love Lori Metcalf.
And she's the tour manager. Well, because we were joking about this, because she was doing, I guess, I mean, that was probably 2 years ago, but she, the Connors just went off the air.
Yeah.
The Connors
Yeah.
was owned for 7 years.
Yeah.
I am shocked.
After Roseanne,
yeah.
Yeah.
So she was
She was
watching-
on it for 1 year.
Because
Yeah.
every time we watch The Righteous Gemstones, because John Goodman's one of the main characters in it, she's like, "Can you believe the Connors is still on?"
I was shocked.
And they both ended right about the exact same time.
I know he went from having 2 shows to
He
one.
went from everything to just nothing. But not
He's got the Smurfs coming
not that
out.
John Goodman didn't always have
Oh, we
work,
got
but
another Smurfs movie coming out. Good.
yeah, Rihanna's Smurfette. The
Don't
only
ruin it for me.
that movie has a ton of people in it. The only one they advertise is Rihanna.
I think it's
so
because they're
weird.
using her songs.
Is it the same Hank Azaria and or is it that he's playing?
John Goodman is in it. I don't.
Like, is it another one from the Smurf one with Doogie Howser?
No, Patrick. I forgot that he was in this.
This is
They
all,
did 2 of those.
This is a
It's all
new thing.
people, I think.
Oh, good, a new universe.
It's like a live action. Like they end up coming into the real world.
But John Goodman's got second billing over Rihanna.
Rihanna, John Goodman, James Corden, Nick Offerman, Sandra Oh, Kurt Russell. I mean, it's got a ton of people in it. Octavia Spencer, Nick Kroll.
Who does Papa Smurf?
That's John Goodman.
Oh,
But
So
like,
the Connors
it's just
and
so
Papa
weird.
Smurf.
who's
There's all those people, and the only person
Azriel.
they advertise is Rihanna.
Is it Azriel? Azriel's the cat.
No, you're
Oh, yeah.
you're thinking of Gargamel.
Gargamel. Who plays Gargamel?
JP Carliak.
Nope.
He's best known for he's a voiceover guy.
I feel like we're due for the Muppets to come back. I thought they always resurface every couple of years.
I feel like the ABC show killed the Muppets.
Well, I
They're
think,
trying to make like a legit like
could
adult
be wrong.
Muppet show basically.
but I think they are about to bring them back, and it's going to be like adult. Like it's going to be for like I think kids can watch it too. But I think they're gonna bring like
Did they have the one with Ricky Gervais?
like
too?
a nighttime. It's gonna be like a nighttime show, like a variety show where they're gonna bring back like how it used to be and have like a bunch of celebrities on it, and it's going to be geared more for adults. But like I guess kids can watch it
Dr.
too.
Teeth and Electric Mayhem. Statler and Waldorf.
I watched one episode of the Muppets when they came back, and it was kind of adult. Like they were on Tinder and they were going on dates with like I don't know. It was very. So this is
The
too
ABC
much.
show. I only watched the
and they
first
broke
few
up
episodes.
Kermit and Miss Piggy.
I'm not watching it then.
It was
They
just
got
weird.
married.
They got back together now.
Okay.
Don't worry.
It was trying to be like
It's racy.
but it was trying to be kind of like The Office, but Muppets, and they were like doing a late night show. I think it was
Yeah.
Miss Piggy was like doing a late night show, but it was all about like the production of that show.
It's kind of like Hacks.
It's kind of like what Hacks is, but
You know who does the voice of Miss Piggy?
Who? Oh, it's Yoda, right?
Frank Oz.
like
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Crazy.
He's directed a bunch of stuff.
He's
too,
not doing
though.
it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. He was in the. He did the score.
He
He did it
directed.
from 1976 to 2002, and then a guy named Eric Jacobson.
What's the movie
took
that he
over.
directed?
The score with Brando
No.
and
Frank
De Niro.
Oz.
Yeah, there was something.
He's done a lot of stuff.
There was something that we were talking about, and I was like, Miss Piggy directed this.
He did Little Shop of Horrors. He did
Oh, House Sitter.
Bowfinger.
House Sitter with Sinbad.
He did The Dark Crystal.
Oh, do you remember In and Out? That one
Yeah,
with
Kevin Kline?
with Kevin Kline, where like they all thought he was gay. I don't think he was, but like everyone thought that he was,
He did
and he was like a
Stepford
teacher.
Wives.
Yeah, Stepford Wives. That was an awful remake.
Yeah,
but
he's done a lot of things.
Yeah. Indian in the Cupboard. Do you remember what
I never saw it. I read the book in like 5th grade.
It's 2.5. I can't do it either.
I read the book and saw it. I mean, obviously, puppetry, voiceover is most of his stuff, but he has directed a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that went on a lot of tangents really fast, randomly to the Muppets and Frank Oz. But Yeah, we've rambled enough about all this, but we brought it full circle with Hacks with HBO talking about a tour bus.
That's what you can start now on the
sleeping
tour
on
bus.
a tour bus.
I want to finish Your Honor. There's
Yeah.
10 episodes. I got a
Hacks
lot
is a good when you need just a bingeable show because they're all like 30-minute episodes. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's one of those.
I
kind
love
of,
Veep, but I still I'm 4 seasons left in Veep.
Remember you started the New Adventures of Old Christine?
I used to watch that at Nick at Night to fall asleep because she would come on.
I've actually never watched Veep.
It's a funny show.
I've heard other great things.
And
I know it won a
my
billion
girl Anna
awards.
Chlumsky, whatever, she's great.
Do you
in
think
it.
that she's had the best career post Seinfeld?
Yes.
Oh, not even
You
close.
you mean not Michael Richards?
Well,
He's probably
Newman's
last.
been in some stuff.
He's in something else coming out.
He's in what he is.
He's in like a horror mover.
Because he gets killed in the trailer. Oh, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. He's in the Five Nights at Freddy's sequel. I mean, it's not even close because I assume most people would still say she's known for Seinfeld, but Veep is her most successful show.
Yeah.
But she won an Emmy for she did win an Emmy for that.
And that was good. I mean, heck, she's in Marvel now. She's one of the main people in the latest Marvel movie.
I just remember, you would know, Family Guy did a cut scene with her. It was like, are y'all, do you love me now? Because like another failed sitcom with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she was like, do y'all love me yet? Or something like that. Because like she'd had a ton of failed sitcoms after Seinfeld.
As did Matthew Perry, R.I.P.
Oh my God, he had a lot.
But
Almost a Hero.
Well, I didn't on a sour note
almost,
anyway.
Almost Heroes. We can watch that. We can stream
Almost
that now.
Heroes was great.
I don't think
like
that's
Almost
available anywhere either. That's another one that I think they've taken off.
17 again.
They're both dead.
Oh,
so.
I love 17 again.
Oh.
Is that the one with Zac Efron?
Of
Yeah.
course.
He turns into Zac Efron.
Yeah.
I never saw that. I've seen bits. You started watching it. I think I've seen bits and pieces of you watching it. But
I saw
Almost
it
Heroes was
opening
great.
weekend. Don't worry. But good
Anything
times.
Chris Farley is great. Golly, I'm sad now about all these people that have died. All right, this has been Off the Table. You can find all kind of shows somewhere out there, but you can't find the stuff we actually want to watch.